This lesson is about creating simple regular expressions. Let's see what we're gonna cover. First of all, we'll get to know what regex literal characters are and how we can formulate a regular expression literal by concatenating these characters. We will also use the two types of regex constructors in JavaScript. Let's start with an example. You have seen in the introduction that a regex literal is nothing else than a slash, then a regular expression itself, the regex body, and an other slash. This is one possible constructor for regexes. Now, if you write in the developer tools new regexp and a string which contains the regular expression, you'll achieve the exact same thing because regexp is the JavaScript constructor function for regular expressions. You can even see that the console evaluates this new regexp a to a literal format of the regular expression. So the first one is the literal form, the second one is the constructor form. You might want to ask, why should we use the regexp constructor if the literal form is a lot more compact? Well, the reason is that we can formulate a string with JavaScript with some string manipulation functions, and then we can pass this string onto the constructor and we can get an expression. While we cannot really use strings or template literals or anything else inside the regex literal. Oddly enough, in later JavaScript versions such as ES6, the regexp constructor also accepts a regular expression literal. This is important because you might want to clone your regular expression. So this is also used for cloning the regexp. As you can see, when you compare two regular expressions, they evaluate to false, and the same thing happens when you clone a regular expression. Obviously, the truthiness of the double equals comparison and even the triple equals comparison depends on whether the regular expression reference points at the exact same expression. It has nothing to do with the value itself, whether they match the same character or not. After creating a regular expression, we might want to do something with it. Regexes have a test method that tests whether an expression matches a string. The result is true whenever there is a match, and the result is false when no match was found. Notice that regular expressions are case sensitive by default, therefore the lowercase a doesn't match the capital A. We can make our expression case insensitive by adding the I modifier behind the regex literal. So in this case, if you write /a/I, we have a case insensitive regular expression that matches both a lowercase a or a capital A. And in this case, you see that the false result became true. It's nothing else but basically writing lowercase a or capital A inside the expression. If you wanted to use the constructor format, we just have to write new regexp as usual, add the a character which we want to match, and in the second argument of the constructor, we can enumerate all the flags or modifiers, these are synonyms in regex terms, that we want to use. We can also call the test method of the constructed regular expression, and we can see that the result stays true, just like in case of the literal format. Moving on to some more complicated matchings. Let's formulate a regular expression that matches a C, a colon, and a backslash. If you just try to type these characters inside the regex slashes, we would get an uncaught syntax error by JavaScript because the terminating slash of the regex is missing. Why is that? Because in regular expressions, the backslash indicates that the next character has to be interpreted in a special way. Given that we cannot match a slash inside the regular expression, because a slash would otherwise terminate the expression itself, we have to escape it with a backslash. And for this reason, the regex virtual machine would interpret a backslash slash as please match the slash character now. And for this reason, our expression wasn't even terminated. But we don't want to match the slash, we wanted to match the backslash. Obviously, we cannot just write one backslash because it means that a character that has to be interpreted in a special way is coming. For this reason, if you want to match a backslash, you have to escape it by using another backslash. This is why we have a double backslash here. So bear in mind, backslash is a special character, it has to be escaped. Same thing happens if you want to match formulae. For example, if you wanted to match a plus b, you would not be able to do that because plus means that you have to match a at least once. So like once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and so on. If you want to match the plus character, you have to escape it. So let that sink in. To help anchor the backslashing in a bit better, let me construct another regular expression for you. Literal characters can be concatenated in a regular expression. Every literal character matches itself. Now you can see that some of these literal characters are escaped. If you want a reference of what kind of special characters there are in JavaScript, I have written a regular expression cheat sheet. You can access it on my GitHub. Just select the JavaScript regex cheat sheet. At the time of recording this video, it's in version 0.4.2. Obviously, I'm gonna extend it, and by the time you will watch this, at least version 1.0 will be reached. You can see that there is information on everything about regular expressions, including constructing a regex, the list of modifiers or flags that you can use, the API, literal characters, and below the literal characters there is a list of meta syntax characters that have a special meaning in regular expressions. We will learn all these things in the near future. Let's conclude this video with another example. Suppose that you would like to find out whether a string contains the substring $, and a 5. This means that an item costs $5, for example. If you do that, even though you expected that price colon $5.00 contains the substring $5, it's not the case. We have to escape the $, as well if you wanted to match it. Let's summarize what we already know. We have found out how to construct the regex literal by using a slash, the expression itself, and another slash. We also use the regex constructor, which is new regex, and the internal part of the regex literal as a string. Obviously, new comes with lowercase, not with uppercase. We've also seen some literal characters, which could be regular alphanumerical characters, or a new line like \n, or backslash and the meta syntax character of an expression like a plus, or another backslash, or even $. We have also seen that we can concatenate these literal characters to indicate that we have to match a character followed by another character. We will build on this knowledge in the future videos.